Good morning, class. So, I'm your demo teacher for today. My name is Ronilo A. Solomon. Our topic for today is all about practice appropriate first aid principles and procedures for common injuries. So, our objectives this lesson: number 1, identify and explain appropriate first aid principles and procedures. Number 2, show appreciation of appropriate first aid principles and procedures for common. Number 3, perform different first aid and techniques for common injuries. So, we have an activity what we call first aid and practice and demonstration. So I will divide you into 3 groups and I will give you first aid kits. You will practice on your classmate the proper procedures for common injuries. But before that, we will watch a video first.
If you think someone has a fracture, you may see swelling and bruising. They may have difficulty moving and have movement in an unnatural direction. The limb may look shorter, twisted or bent. There may be a grating noise or feeling if the limb is moved, have loss of strength or see signs of shock. If you think you've broken a bone, support the injured part to stop it from moving. This should help ease the pain and prevent any further damage. Place padding around the injury for extra support. If it's an open fracture, cover the wound with a sterile dressing and secure it with a bandage. Apply pressure around the wound and not over the protruding bone to control any bleeding. Call 999 or 112 for emergency help. While you're waiting for help to arrive, don't move the casualty unless they're in immediate danger. Support the injured area. For example, fractures on the arm can be secured against the body with a sling. A fracture to the leg can be secured to the uninjured leg with a triangular bandage. Keep checking the person for signs of shock, but do not raise an injured leg. If necessary, raise the uninjured leg. If they become unresponsive at any point, prepare to treat an unresponsive casualty. So remember, pad and support the injured area, use a sling or triangular bandage to keep it secure, cover any wounds, call 999 or 112. And that's how you treat someone with a fracture.
In this tutorial, we're going to look at the treatment for strains and sprains. Our treatment for a strain or sprain is, we use the acronym RICE. You rest the injured limb, you place ice on it, you put a compression bandage on it, and you elevate it. Our casualty here, I'm going to expose the injured limb. I'm going to use my kit bag here and I'm going to elevate the limb. Next thing, I want to put some ice on it. So when we use an ice pack, we never put it directly on the skin, we always use a bandage. Here I have my instant ice pack, I'm going to break. Distribute the contents evenly. Now I'm going to wrap it up. And now I'm going to place this over the injury. I'm going to leave this here for 10 minutes to cool down the injury and also help reduce swelling. After the 10 minutes, next I'm going to use a compression bandage to put compression or apply pressure over the injury. They come with a clip. We want to discard the clip and we'll use tape to secure it. So you start above the joint, secure your bandage, you come down and we're going to do a figure of 8 around the injury and back up, and we're going to keep doing this. We're going to use the whole of the bandage and keep it good and tight. continue doing our figure of 8. As you will notice as we're doing it, the heel is going to remain exposed, but we're keeping good pressure on the injury to keep the pressure on the joint. So once you come into the end of your bandage, again you're going to use the whole of the bandage. I'm going to secure it here around the ankle. Again, open it fully, and again I'm going to use 2 pieces of tape to secure the bandage in place. And our last part of the treatment, we need to keep the leg elevated, and as you can see it's elevated here on my kit bag. And that is the treatment for a sprain or strain.
I have a question here. What do you think is the importance of first aid as an individual? Who wants to answer this? So, Miss Aganap. Okay, proceed to number 2. It is important to have a basic knowledge about appropriate first aid. Number 2, who wants to answer? Mr. Balmoria? Okay, very good. Number 3, why do we need to have the basic knowledge about appropriate first aid? Who wants to answer? Okay, Miss Amyang. Okay, very good. Class, I will show you a picture and you will going to identify whether it is a fracture or sprain. So the first picture shows what? Okay, Miss Agana, explain why is it a fracture? Okay. The next picture shows what? Okay, Miss Agana. Okay, very good. Fracture. Next, Mr. Balmoria. Okay, very good. Sprain. And next, Mr. Bahay. Okay, very good. Fracture. Next, Mr. Olvido. Okay, sprain. Very good. Next, Mr. Dokot. Okay, very good. Sprain. Class, so for our application, first aid scenario, instruction, the class will be divided into three groups, and each groups will make a scenario on how to provide first aid to the person. The group that will have the best scenario will win. Same group lang Japon to itong ganina. Very good, everyone. I appreciate all your efforts. Okay, let's proceed to our evaluation assessment. Okay, get one fourth sheet of paper and read the question carefully and write the correct answer. Okay, class, let's start. So, class, are you done? If you are done, let's check your answer. Here are the answer K. Okay, class? Change your paper. And let's check. Okay, class. So, thank you for your cooperation. This will be the end of our lesson this morning. Okay, class. Thank you.